they push pride. Book now we weapon, brain now we guide. No limit for we see how we they fly. Make me sunny they bonfire, but we dreams them higher and higher. From mass come to business line. Every student na star go shine. No we no go tire, we go carry on. From morning class till the break of dawn.
Fambul, good evening. Welcome to the Unimark Good Evening Show. As we present today the sports edition of this week program, where we broadcast live from the Fatima campus. And inside the show today, we get interesting topic that we can talk about, where they range from campus issues and down to what's happen in the outside world. For today, we get topic about the Unimark sports, how it end, and the post we emerge as victory for the whole campus, the inside the studio, and also we talk about the aging issue about violence in sport na salon, how this don't eat the fabrics of the happiness of people, all the inside the story today we get for can talk about. But before we go deep into the conversation, I go for make the guests them introduce themselves where I get inside the studio today. With this, I go start with the person on my right hand for make he introduce himself.
Thank you very much. A very good evening to you, Demba, and good evening, listeners. Me na Musa Santigi Kamara, sports analyst.
That's now Musa Santigi Kamara, we can call MSK. Shorts, where they can do analysis on the sports issue, and also we go for deal with the violence issue in a salon. We go to the next person inside the studio. We go on my left hand. Instead, go introduce yourself to Fambule.
Good evening, viewers. Me, your name na Ibrahim Joseph Conte. Me na staff na Unimark, and the popular name na Obama.
That's na Mr. Joseph, but in popular name na Obama, where everybody know bottom. And me, when they come with this program to owner, me na Demba Mohammed Kamara. As we go start with first the person on my right hand, we can talk about sports issue. Make una not forget to see, we go also talk about international sports day inside this edition. So, Mr. MSK, you don't see what's in the happen inside the football system. We get for deal with violence, and not to just now it don't start, like it don't start from way back where people think it's sexy. This did destroy the sports. And one favorite one we just on the 3rd of May, na the academy playing field. We see the Star Sports Academy be locked on with Eastern Lions. We come with a gruesome fight between the supporters them. I don't say how you go through light on this one before we go in-depth analysis on them.
Yeah, thank you for this sensitive topic where you choose for this weekend. Sports, sports in general, na an industry where they make use of young man, then the youth, whether you're a man or woman, that they will always feature into the sporting entertainment. When an industry on its own, violence, we don't take over the sports sector. That one in a way, every meaningful person within into sports administration, every meaningful person where they follow sports, take and team, they not they condone. For what happened recently na the Sierra Football Association Secretariat na Kintom Academy between Star Sports and Eastern Lions. Well, Boku be foresee the violence, Why I say so in deliberate? Because of the simple fact, say, for we were there into sports administration, remember, I'm not only a sports journalist, I'm also an administrator because I serve as a secretary general for one of the top tier leagues, top tier teams then when Awesome Stars. I know a bit, if not all, the in-depth about the football administration of the country, particularly so when it comes to officiating matches. I strongly believe, say, the officiating of the match system can lead to the violence in sport. But good things happen before this FA Cup match, when at the quarterfinals of the Orange FA Cup fixture between Eastern Lions and Star Sports Academy. Before that one day, something happened. We get for do with first now the Premier League, the Sierra Leone Premier League, the way fees and they handle match system. We know they go down well with some sports administrators. We make some teams and they take the loan at the hand. Then they cause violence. Then they disrupt matches. Then they make matches and at the end. We Well, the football administration many a times don't they condemn that one day, and they don't they look by the eye with regards to the violence which they happen. And also, they're not forgetting the fact, say, the football association also don't they condemn the way how certain officials them, referees them, they handle some matches them. We don't see disciplinary actions don't be taken against some referees them with the spoil games them, whether deliberately or maybe by any mistake. Well, before this time, we don't see side, they don't punish referees them, you know, for what they consider as human error. See, human error not for even pass mark na the game.
So MSK, let's just before you don't done the like now then things that don't happen.
It don't happen.
Yes, based on referee, like we just talking from human mistakes and other basic thing. But like even though like the SLFA itself gets a major role for play and see what then things that happen, what do you feel saying are some of the major causes the way violence happen in football? As people in the talk say football are one of the sports them where it unites people not only from the players themselves but also the fans them where they go watch football itself. Now an arena of joy and happiness.
Yeah.
So it's not the major cause of them violence, especially the way happen in Salonia.
You know, like I start one of the major causes the way they always lead to violence, therefore do with officiating with games then. The referees them, whether or not they not get the required training, the ethics, they not implement the need for implementing.
So when you implement say not professional, you mean?
Well, other school of thought they say some referees are not professional at all, whereas some them professional, but they can choose for just give blind eyes with regards to officiating matches. They do the wrong thing.
So you don't feel that that's the cause then chaos? Are we like
that's not the way they cause the chaos, Demba. And again, the impatience of some fans them. You know, other school of thought they refer to them as crazy fans. But to me, you know, I don't want for like use that word they say then are crazy fans because whosoever when are crazy somebody, you know, they access the pitch or the stadium for go watch a game, you know. But now the persistent bad officiating from them referees also many times only lead to the chaos, and also at times now we thinking with perception with the sport administrators who will get with mindset who will get with regards to playing certain fixtures or honoring certain fixtures. It's either you win or you win. Then in one part of the team, again, we don't disturb the peace of sport. You know, for Star Sport and Eastern Lions, these are two big clubs in the country. And any one part of clubs in there, owing to the fact, say, the Orange FA Cup don't reach at the pinnacle stage. We're at the quarterfinals. We don't get Usai FC Cologne don't qualify, don't reach the semi-finals, and we don't get one or two other clubs don't reach the semi-finals. It was only either Eastern Lions or Star Sports for reaching that stage. They who for don't get we semi-finals played. You know, and Boku be the tip either Eastern Lions if they go to the semi-finals. There's every possibility for make Eastern Lions reach the final. And when they reach the final, therefore win the FA Cup. And the way the makeup of the Orange FA Cup, now that if you win the FA Cup, we Orange FA Cup, you go represent we na the confederations, the CAF confederations, and the team where they win with top tier league, win at the Premier League, they go na the CAF Championship. And Bo Rangers, unfortunately, we don't just not eliminate them at the FA Cup. Yes, not for Mecam. Now the focus now already be shifted into the Premier League, where they lead now the Premier League by 7 points. You know, they already know say, then they go represent at the CAF Championship. So now the battle don't left with Eastern Lions and Star Sports, where a ruling don't come out. They don't knock off Star Sports because Lions.
I just let you all last idea. Now one big question I got for asking you know reach last idea first.
Yes.
So then we go move on from there.
In condemning the act way up in an academy, well, many blame even before the ruling. They blame Star Sports for not holding on to their nerves. They blame Star Sports for not listening or obeying the dictates or the decision of the central referee.
Okay.
Where then be cry out for a foul, for a poor challenge, and then they be called out for a penalty to be given to them. Where the central referee be think say it wasn't a penalty, the challenge was clean, and then it blew for a play continue. You know, they take the law at the hand, then it's good in at the pitch, which is wrong absolutely in whatever shape or form. We don't see a replica of shots where we don't happen again in the last FA Cup now put local. We that one day if person ki bring close reference to him, now be bad officiating, may lead to the finals where they play na put local between Bo Rangers FC and then Eastern Lions. We will see the finals play, you know, it will end. We all see what's be happening inside put local, you know, where and Bo Rangers will score a goal. The referee they pull that goal, they say not a goal. It leads to chaos, people and damage day. Even we go for go cover that match day. We go with one or two of we female and
So now MSK, you don't come with two conflicting stories. Them one will happen put local because like I know say this like thing don't happen consistently in the football sector as alone. Not take an example. We are in the European side. Even though yes, we get pitch invaders them when they come inside the pitch, but again we get high maximum security. So if you pitch invaders and come inside the pitch, or maybe then take something and throw at the players them also, you find out say stewards in there around, security there around, where we see say they stop what's in there happen. Now let's take an example now this academy field, what's this particular quarterfinals go play. You know, feel say like now because of lack of security make all the things that also happen because if the security will be watertight, then people don't invade the pitch. You don't feel say a lack of security causes particular invasion.
Well, to start with, I think say the points where I bring na the table are not conflicting because of the simple fact say I make reference to waiting they lead to all of them persistent violence into the game, bad officiating, and then the impatience of fans, the fans not understanding the game, you know, several other factors and they lead to this violence. And then focusing on this Star Sports issue, now the academy field, you know, Star Sports, they get every right for make them respect the decision of the referee, but they fail for do that one day. Then we fail for do that one day, we make, we end up so we end up so. You comparing what they happen at Europe and what they happen at Sierra Leone, it's two different things, Demba. I'll tell you, yes, at times we can get violence. But most times the violence will happen in most of the matches in Europe, now the European setting, at times are within the players inside.
I just bring in
too much infight.
I just bring in the Europe for just compare for security reasons.
So what we talk now?
We don't do now the SLFA playing field.
Okay, let me tell you how security they operate in terms of we leagues them. Either the FA Cup or the Premier League. The hosting team always get the right for provide security. Backed with the organizing committee. It's either the Orange FA Cup organizing committee supporting the hosting team. Take for example, me and you play, now you host me. You get rights for, now you get the honors for responsible for security. Yes, not to the away team. We they come away na ground, not to me responsible for security. That's how it operates. Even at the Premier League, where they play, the hosting team reserve the rights. The organizing body, they support you with some cash, whereas you go for invite the security, the police, the Sierra Leone police, because we not normally invite Soja Mande and Kawu to go now the playing field. It's not good, it's not appropriate. So we can always get the police and then marshals. We get security, but at times the fans they just take the law into their hand when they make that they go AWire and hold the game to ransom. Stop matches and not for continue, which is absolutely wrong.
All right, thank you, MSK, for that short analysis. We will get on the spot. We will go out for a short break. We will come and continue back with the program.
Yeah. Unimac to the world, down. One line TV, now we voice, now we story, oh. Robert, you too good, Unimac, with the shine, oh. From make me down, to the rise, oh. One line TV, make we show, Salon youth, make we blow now. Unimac, with the glow, knowledge power. Make we grow. limit for we see how we dey fly. Make me sunny dey bonfire, but we dreams them higher and higher. From mass come to business line, every student na star go shine. No, we no go tire, we go carry on. From morning class till the break of dawn, we voice loud, put am on the screen. Online TV, make them see we clean. You'll be back, we dey shine, oh. From make me down, we dey rise, oh. Online TV, make we show am. Salone youth, make we blow now. Camera roll, action, tell the story. We culture rich, we future glory. From Salon land to overseas, Unimac vibes go across the seas. We not small, we big inside. Unity strong, we stand with pride. Every program, every show, online TV, watch we grow. Education not the key. Unimac set we free. Media voice loud and clear. Online TV everywhere. Hearing by we dey shine. Oh. Online TV now we time. Oh. Salon youth stand tall. Oh. We go rise, we not go follow. Hey.
All right, Famble, welcome as we don't come up from a short break. We will continue with the program again, the Unimac event show with the sports edition, as we don't join with one of the analysts inside the program where we go allow for introduce himself.
Yes, I'm Famble. Good evening. Me na Mohamed Ba, and people is coming number 8, and I think worker for the Euro Premier League 2025-26 season.
All right, that's now number 8. As he don't introduce himself, he will join the analyst now their studio for do the analysis on the sports edition. Now we go to the sports winners of this year's now the University of Makeni. We now a representative from the Stephanie House winning Blue House. As Indondi now for Kangi talk about waiting them face, waiting happen, how they triumph throughout this whole sports meet. So like we go join at the studio for make a detailed explanation of waiting at the difficulty they face before they crown them champions of this year's sports meet at the University of Makeni. Back to you, Mr. Obama.
Yeah, Demba, thank you.
Yeah.
So I go open the conversation by extending a sincere appreciation to the Unimac administration for ensuring the sports happen, especially athletic. You know, since within the academic environment, you need to be able like just the teaching continuously without ensuring that the student their mind relax.
Yeah.
So sport necessary. As way back in school they say extracurricular activities or all works and no play make sharks the dog boy. So for we, in order for augment teaching, research and community engagement, we see say sport necessary, especially athletic. So I want to thank the administration for that. So like from the viewers that always say me name na Ibrahim Joseph Conte, I happen to be the hall master for the Stephanie Hall in blue. And for let people to get a background, Stephanie na a name of people who don't contribute immensely to the institution. Just like we have Azolini in red, Abati in yellow, and Rocco in green.
Yeah.
So waiting I go on for talk on much now, we own winning and championship.
Yeah.
The road to success, like you always keep put I mean okay, always easy. But the truth, if I stand there today or I sit down tall now, because I think we emerge as victors, you know. So blue, I want for say this now my second time for lead Stephanie Hall as one of the hall masters and as one of also the active hall masters. And Unimac they do sport year in, year out. In 2024, I experienced my first leadership in terms of becoming within a hall master. So when I ask questions around how Stephanie Hall be done, they say always to the colors. I say what? But do I need to run away? No. I say like leadership is about facing challenges. even if they give position to the get for ask questions, so that you build on which don't be the lapses, and going forward, working on them go make you become strong. In that first year of 2024, we come last. Now the entire outcome of the sport meet. But guess what? It's the way they say we fall down honorably. People go and say, okay, maybe this is just a good excuse because they're colors. But those who watch the athletic sport that year, which tell you say Obama may actually get a tough team, but because of several petitions, we become against the whole, they make we also lose as of that year of 2024. So I go back to the drawing board and say, you know what, from lessons learned, let's come back and re-strategize with my team. Because I'm not alone in this. There are a couple of other staff members who will lead the team. So others I will not name because of several reasons, because we're more than 5 in the group. But the 3 main active ones are myself, Ibrahim Joseph Conte, Obama, Mr. Moses, Sayo, you know, Mr. Sanko, they call popularly known as Teacher P, and of course Dr. Kaba, you know, people of high caliber. But they say, you know, Obama young. Obama go get the kind of energy at this point. Like they would learn train. So, and interestingly, this year's sports meet, it meets me in so many planning.
So, Mr. Joseph, before you go to this year's sports meet, now you talk about the audience you get in the 2024 sports meet. Exactly. So, like, you know, if you say tight competition be there between, let me say, the Rokosera, Abati, and that of Azolini compared to Stephanie Hall, where like now a tight competition will make you house get that particular position there at 2024 sports meet.
Yeah, so for answer that, a competition can be tight, not make the other person not also wear and win. However, amidst the tightness of the competition, we reflect on the athletic rules. We come in with genuine intentions. People know say every athletic event divided into 2. We'll get the track event and we'll get the field event. So what's happen? Of all the division of that kind of events here, there are some way na single runners event we no get high mark. There are others we in a group event we get high mark. Where do we miss it as at that point? We not be understand that as much. Me not be understand that. So I'm just the pool because people will run. I don't understand. See, even this way they run for, not just mark on my mark, and then I carry major.
So like you get the individual mark in the gi, then you get the relay mark.
The relay mark,
in the gi.
way heavy.
Okay.
And I make, in fact, the one way they watched last year, we also get potential for win this year. It was not a surprise because one, again, one of the bobode right now, we people know Temu 95th in the country for run in terms of middle distance running, and after that sport meet, I think people can bear me witness. One of the coaches and the North meet me say, I wonder you, Bobo, because of the exceptional role we don't play. But what will happen at this? Like the Azolini in red, they beget somebody who will be very effective in running when I female. And who know sport in athletics, especially in tertiary institutions like Unimac, they can say we want win, and then the people they say, although there are other stories to that. Yeah. They say we get woman there where you don't win the sport. So that year they may not get much of female runners. And I began much of the male runners. And imagine, let's go to preach gender. When the two gender comes together, I think they make it very, even God, we make man. They say from both sides and we reap say make woman. Let me help me. So that compatibility of merging the two actually lead to the success of the other horse the other year, plus the petition we get. Where the tug of peace, tug of peace, he gets about 30 or 36 mark. I think about 30 mark.
Yeah, tug of peace gets 30 marks.
So imagine we don't draw. Somebody we don't win. We are celebrating. Think even the all relayers are that year and a winner. But what happened? Later, little did we know that somebody don't come from the Blues. We can join that team for draw the last day because it was a strategy we didn't do, and we are petition. I didn't say anything about that because it was genuine that somebody can run at the house where administration allocate them to the house. So we lost that year. So with all those lessons this year, I can say, well, I came fully prepared. In fact, I had my VAR. I began the laptop and my decks. Even during practice, I have my list.
Okay, so Mr. Joseph, it got to a point where in like spectators beginning at the pitch when you watch what's in the happen, like during the first day of the sport, what's happen, like Stephanie be the lead. Then after so many events, you see Azolini come on top. Then Azolini lead till the next day of the sport. Then on the second day of the sport, we see a drastic change will happen where people. Where the house where everybody consider say they are not doing good in the sports emerge for like something like close to 2 hours, then they're on top of the top position. Winner Rokosera Green. We see how then dominates all some of the track events them. We go the top. Then we come on the Abati come on top. Abati hold the first in the 4x2 and 4x1. We blue can dominate. Then we left just like when the talk say, like you don't know how the points will be the work, either an individual points or a relay points.
That was in 2024.
Yeah, I understand. Fine, I understand. So like now the same thing apply this year. We like because that was a mistake. We like when we count hits, people like say we blow out the count hits run. We now the next thing they get for run. So how una take for curb that particular situation? The way una the count hits for the first day no get points. For run on the second day final, when at the second day then they get the point itself. How una curb that particular problem and solve for system una match to the second point, the second day of the sport.
All right. I think for instance, all relay, they get 60 runners set. Not so.
Yeah.
I think about 8 male, 8 female. Guess what? We had about 30 active, ready athletic people, students, the way they say we're ready for run. Imagine with that 30, how you even know? We already had people with plan. It was proper planning this year. We say, you know what? The first day, if you see something, before I came for the second day, I wrote something on my status, and viewers, people will be follow me status, know say I put, I say, come and see wonders. You know, I'm a man of faith, and also my faith is backed by action. I don't want to be a pastor here, but the book of James talk about say faith goes with work. So I reflect on all the issues and decide what I miss. You know, there were internal conflicts where behavior affect with first day performance, with plenty people not be know, which I cannot say here. So now be an intra team lead conflict, but so good because we want the success of the sport, and it was meant for students. So we had our in-house arrangement. Early in the morning, it was resolved, and I make a pronouncement. Everybody came back. So you know how we now, just for answer your question, leadership now influence, and if we be tolerant. I triangulate the planning. How? Now be 3 approach. It was ourselves as hall masters, it was student, and it was who? We also listen to the feedback of spectators, people who they listen around. The first day result of this year's sport meet, when they read the result, say na social house campus, they put we thought. Everybody, even the person when I house the campus or second, they say, hey, Blue, no, we expected that now so well. Me, I don't talk much. When I watch tomorrow. Down then agenda, and when I came on the coming back of the next day, everybody see that we had somebody we consistently the run where we get the best female athletes. So
I just want for ask you now before I jump to the analyst for the give back in contribution. Now, what do you feel say the absence of Agnes will be the Azulini Hall creates at this particular sports meet? We like if there is a tendency for like Agnes for not enroll for the master's program at Unimac, what do you feel say that tie for don't be between Agnes and that of Fina? Because we see Usa they use Agnes as a starter. Like for give a pace when they car on 2 occasions where he beats and steal. So like how you feel that tie for Bidondi?
All right.
If Agnes for Bidondi na Azulini Hall in the master's stage.
All right. Regardless of using Agnes this year's sports meet as not a student, but for give pace, already I prepared the mindset of my athletes that hey, this year's sport now we get a why. Not because Agnes don't go. But even the post when the female athletes way with the compete with Agnes. Agnes is story of the use for inspire. I see there was a runner where they prove.
No, I understand that side. I understand. Okay. So like what I want you to tell me now, what I want you to tell me in this particular stage, how you feel say the tie for we don't be between Agnes and that of
if run tough. In fact, guess what? Fina relaxed because Agnes was not there. I will say this to everybody. Agnes is a good runner, which we cannot take from her.
Right.
But Fina relaxed because knowing fully that Agnes was just there to... He just did it no more for Guinea pace. Fina relaxed somehow. Watch. Anybody watch Fina, they say, Fina, they make like he foot their heart. He foot be the heart to be the pain about later. It was going to be tough, but at the end, because it was not just Fina and Agnes that we are going to compete, if that was going to be the case, we began waiting. A team. And an individual competition go yeah. They are individuals, no? Yeah. But what did they make a team? We are a team. Not so?
Yeah.
Not a team. So in the sport was meant not for one person, but for plenty of people. So I would be say, I would have loved to see Agnes did it, Fina did it, and I for be no semi-athlete for don't prove exceptionally well. Remember, Fina we can this year na year 1 day.
Understand?
Imagine how many years you get for Spain. Assuming we have another sport, we are going to train her more. For her first surface, she proved like that. For me, it's something we can clap for and something we good.
So no say now, no say the university. One last one before we dey go to the next because we run out of time. No say if that is a space we are in, like the Ministry of Sports, they come with inter-university sports meet. How you feel see them two people are go match for represent the university itself?
So in terms of intervarsity sport meet, if the ministry they come inside,
Yeah.
I think the ministry get for actually take on knowing one the individual differences. I can always tell somebody.
No, that are based on the university, the input they get for give for the university outside the intervarsity day. How you feel see that PR get for the
PR go be nice, assuming Agnes was here. And I pray that he enroll.
Yeah.
You know why? It will be very nice for the institution that we are not just producing elites in terms of people who can read and write, but we're also producing people who are very much good in terms of athletic sport. I tell you, just with Temu win and one of ministers, I mean, we then give you the couple win. Now Temu are dedicated and to on behalf of all masters and other athletes. I said, Temu, come. You fought for this in 2024, and now you've clinched it. Have it. It's not about Obama's trophy. It's not about the whole Masters trophy, but a trophy. So if the ministry would intervene, that would have been a good one. And see them two play there and see how they market into the globe.
All right.
Because imagine
so Mr. Obama, now just hold on. I know say that now the victory on you. They enjoy the victory. So just hold on. We will come. We will come. Understand? What you want to talk? We will come because all the time. We will come. Okay. Before I go to the post, somebody just give comments. The Facebook comments say he say he come up from Koitakago. He say Obama sabi talk. I understand. You should not say that one part the house people we like they don't give them better tea. So like we can ask you back. So go join the next analyst that the studio we can rub more small but this violence business where they happen at the country in terms of football. Like number 8, you don't see what's in the happen. This is not a new story. It only happen on several occasions, several regions. So like what do you feel see what are you take in this particular matter, in this act of violence where football in the happen as alone?
Yeah, thank you very much. And this is football. You must expect shots can happen on the pitch within the players, but not outside much. Because especially this infight will happen within the football arena in the local dialect side. Now more of the fans they start up every towards the stairs and some executive members. Now make night watch the Premier League where they play. When the Premier League they play on dry ground, they play all our entries are tough and all protected with a perimeter fence. And the perimeter fence will only allow a 5 officials or 7 officials with the pass of the team really so they for enter. Some of them more than 5 to 7 they go. And they will go at the substitution and they go play the riots. From the substitution side to the fans to the players. The violence in football in Australia definitely, and it's not today. For the previous years, we watched a few weeks ago what's happened between the Stars Academy and Eastern Lions. For me, we taken one of the best game of the month. Because we watch Stratford and pick, and Eastern Lions they drop into the table, come back to the FA Cup, and ABC forget one of the best game of the week in that particular week we didn't play. But unfortunately, and we see the riots will happen, and academy, we not go down with the one year of football in Sierra Leone. One of the coordinators and commissioner for the European League where they play, we can go outside on within Bombali, we can face a lot of challenges, go into the perimeters. And watch at the security. Do like what me call it the most and TV in studio just don't come. And some of what can happen, keep in mind, come to the perimeter side, we not can stop everybody. But the perimeter, everybody can see me at this man they come. So the way they come, they get a time for some and watch a game. They created batch at the 4th man, the match commissioner, the coordinator at times we face a lot, not even here, cut across. But this time around this season, we see more better from the previous years. This year I don't see any big incidents happening in football. I think most of it happened at the FA Cup, between Stratford Academy and Eastern Lions. And the one that only can happen just in my because the kind of videos where they go around, and Tony officials, even with colleague match coordinator for the Premier League, and NBA part of this, they even damage head.
Yeah, I see.
My colleague, they play. One thing, the host team where they host a particular match, they get a right for bringing security. Then everybody know we tie from the board, we either go away, the away team responsible for the security. Then make if there are times when they walk around so feel the kind of huge of security we the secretary we should have most sensitive for some stars because huge security. And make if you watch at quarter across the country, Bombali, now want to be peaceful home in football. We need to pull her off. Because I faced a lot of challenges. My first match where I woke in Apoloko between FCFC, you know, Buda Warriors, we not happen there. A lot of incidents. You know, they approve. We not happen there. A lot of incidents. Now academy, you know, we not happen there. Bombalia, we need that kind of huge riot to happen. So now time we appreciate say Bombali still maintain the pace in football.
So like as you don't serve as official in all of them matches there. So what do you feel say like the football governing body in Asalo for do for protect match officials them for make them not be get attacked? Do like what happen at academy wouldn't damage a person. You feel say there is an extensive approach for the way for protect officials them, match officials them from the football god inside the salon?
Yes, that's our only security. Because we get huge security. You know, and if you watch with that Eastern Lions game, I don't see that kind of huge security in our academy. Because all the videos when we see, I don't see huge security. But let me tell you, if you go, I just give example, all the time Bombali, we're going to make all the ops we get at Bombali, we really the praise them. Like ops Kabao run transfer at Sonkolili, we really miss them. You know, and these ops are quick, like very hard-working ops. We see any match they play, we get more than 10 to 15 securities at Bombali. And make us I tell you, for later it's happening at Bombali, you know, it's not easy. But for me again, you know, come for the officiating. You know, one thing fans like you need more winning at times. Not fans need to go for support, he need lose. But at the officiating, you know, we see where the league starts. The European Premier League, we start this season. They catch suspension, they even demote somebody for reason. You know, into this league, go they watch. For the very first time, for demote to brother win a normal into top tier league. You know, that is record. You know, we see kind of referees the way they don't suspend 2-3 months without going because each game, you must say and for the week. So each time inside the 1 month they get more than 4 to 5 matches as a one referee. You know, so if you go stake yourself, you know, for petiting, for me, the committee and the board, especially for watching again to the referee for the good officiating, because the officiating are not 100%, we know, but that mistake when it happened deeply. Like if you watch to this game between Star Sport Academy and Eastern Lions, definitely so there's a big blunder from the officiating side. Okay. Because if you get a clean platform, yeah, obvious and clear. You know, and decision making for me is very good and right. If you watch Arsenal and West Ham United, with via review against West Ham, that minute equalizing against Arsenal. From if you watch it, if that ball don't score more than 5 to 6 goals this season, they watch.
When they
allow into the pitch, even to the first leg, United, Arsenal, the same goal they score against United. You know, but no VR, no review. But just after this referee award, the VR review and call the referee, they're going to take a decision on the VR, so that ball is not goal, it's not stand. So let me tell you, a blunder can happen. You know, even that VR review, but no may not overcome so much. But my thanks, I don't say all the thing, but the committee of the referee association of Sierra Leone, we never compromise. We do this here. We see where pressure they come out. I think it's we do bad officiating. They suspend you. When they suspend you, what does that mean? It's you see it tomorrow. For say this season, 2026 officiates have a suspension for more than 2 or 3 months. They demote referee. You know, when our brother normal and Bombali there. So that is the commission do not compromise. So we officiate well at the end.
So number 8, like we don't see this violence erupt already. But again, we see now 2 teams and go play. The other team attack, then the other one stay back. And when the ruling comes out, we see whether it affects. So like what do you feel say teams then get for play, most especially when it comes to violence acts them, where they happen on a pitch. Like then gets a big role for play for talk to them, fans them before the game, they play say now this and this got for happen. Where they get a fan base and we talk say this is football, emotions can be carried out, but you feel say they get a role for play in upkeep and violence act.
A big role. I would say all the football clubs anyway, the 18 clubs where they play the Premier League, both the male and female, because the female are 14, the male are 18. You know, I think they get we then get an executive group, number 1. 2, then get the Bojama group, like also they get also staff and base group where everyone at Bombalia where access that I think for advice and get advice to the fans. Every time you don't come, the Secretary General for Subsa Wisdomaya at the court time center where they talk, you know, and where some of the fans they can go at hand, they can hold the mic and even threat to the fans. If anybody misbehave, I would hold on, then go to the station, nobody go there. So you can see the fans they calm down. But let me tell you, as I say, where the Western area teams they play. As I tell you, every match, we analyze them. You know, now sister program, I say if the referee handles this match, with the fans they maintain, it's a game of the week. Because Eastern Lions have caliber of players, the Star Sport have caliber. If you want to the table, the top tier league, you know, we see the kind of point between Eastern Lions and Star Sports. For me, it's a good match. If we don't play, you know, we'll get the best team for go to the semis. But unfortunately, you know, as I say, the one the back with the support, where they did football, where they give money to the clubs there, then back get a different style where they come in football. You know, they also advise the fans there. And the first they begin act. The way fans they can act, let me tell you, you have to stop. Seriously. But they only want an example. Before I'm going to get a picking at home. When is it bad at times? The picking father not to see the vex at the picking home. So like if you, the executive members of the club, if they begin act, you know, how you the fans? If the fans can forget act, how you able to stop her? When no day? That happened between Eastern Lions and Start Academy. Because the one they being inside the football, or they bend the football, or they pour the money, they already don't come into that kind of post. So the fans they come, no control. And mind you, academy, I something like wipe on the day. All the gravel don't go put in it.
Yeah, sure.
So all even that students when they boss the colleague in
yeah.
there, you know, we see the kind of danger because of now armed day. You know, we just play to the FMN and try for for calm down because for any match you play that they don't go for stone again, no, that gravel to go and say and that happened in that particular match. They don't go fight the government take the stone. The government stone because then the executive don't begin misbehave. So you have to stop to the fans. For me, I see the ruling yesterday we come from the committee. You know, and people will say it's wrong, people say right. They are decision making. You know, they know what the ruling, they want all video footages. What happened during the match. You know, at the end, they watch at the end of the tunnel, you know, we see a lot of fines. You know, we see they give the point to the Eastern Lions.
All right.
Football club. For me, I know it's good, it's right, because I'm not decision making. I'm not there to take a decision against the committee waiting on decision. But for me, all the sense, you know, it's not all lost. To Start Academy, they have a huge team, they have a good support, they have a potential players. You know, many of my drawing back can get challenged back to the top tier league. But now this FA Cup, you know, I think Eastern Lions will make them through into the next stage.
All right, thank you so much, Number 8, for that short analysis. Before we go to MSK, we get a few comments in the YouTube section. This is a comment from Mohamed Ali Kanu. He says, "Congratulations, Blue Horn. I am watching from Beijing." So this is a congratulations message to you from China. The person watching the matter, so this is a congratulations message. MSK, before we go deeper into the topic, we get comments from Facebook. Where they come up from Amara Barcelona. He say football is far from hooliganism in these modern days. Violence in football is very unfortunate. Sierra Leone football governing body has to do more. I don't know what you have to say on this one.
Yeah, I agree with Amara Barcelona. Okay. Now, one of the fervent followers of sports in the country, Amara Barcelona, is doing exceptionally well when it comes to texting, participating in programs with sports and other related programs in social media. You know, one thing I like from this recent match here, now the fact the ruling will come out to me. I commend the disciplinary committee of the Sierra Leone Football Association, and I commend the leadership. One thing we teams in now this country for now, the fact what way they head the football federation is a disciplinarian, and they keep in a person of Babadi Kamara, is a disciplined personality. You know, not possible. We know they compromise integrity. We know they compromise anything. Not they compromise the wrong thing for get results. You know, is a result-oriented. Some of we don't follow and closely, we don't monitor in steps then, you know. I think Star Sports, this is not a lesson to them. If me be there in a position for advice Star Sports on that particular day, I would have advised Star Sports not for take the loan at their hand. Okay. They get a chance, they get the resource for them for be reactivate the team back. Maybe 80-something minutes. So where the incidents happen.
So MSK no just get directly from the ruling we come out against us passports. We are going directly, so at least we're not going to miss something. They say, according to press release issued on Wednesday, 13th May 2026, the FA Disciplinary Committee conclude its investigation after reviewing match reports, testimonies, and videos evidence. The committee established that the match was abandoned in the 86th minute due to acts of disorder, including pitch invasion and violence involving individuals linked to both clubs. So, following the ruling, the committee confirmed that Star Sports Academy forfeits the match, allowing the 2-1 scoreline in favor of Eastern Lions, which sends them through in the semi-finals in this. So, like, what do you feel say this ruling therefore do with even the competition now, but in the subsequent thing that would happen?
Precedents the sets. Okay. You know, setting precedents and also setting the stage for make the other teams them no repeat short act. The match be the 2-1 in favor of Lions, and then Star Sports cry out for penalty in the 86th minute. You know, the referee denied that one. They say not to a penalty. One thing we also learned from the referee chairman when PK Mwana in one of we official forums, PK Mwana say they gone are the days, you know, referee laws them every year they modify the laws them. This is something every sports person need for know. Every year they modify the laws them. Gone are the days where attacker gets right past the defender inside the box. Then days are now both gets equal rights inside the box, and you go to the extent the defender even gets more rights for play that attacker the inside the box because they try for defend, you go to the try for play the ball. You know, you will see now say ball they come out, we ball knock you hit here and cancel, it can be penalty, now you know can be penalty. We don't see some decisions the way referees they take into the law of the into the game, where at times they look so convincing to others. We know they follow closely the laws of the game. We know they follow how the trend they go. For Star Sports, you know, the fans they will suicide and fine of we in one part they strong fan them. They find them with 6-match ban. Okay. We suicide and find them players them with 3-match ban. We suicide and find them with huge sum of money, and at the end of the day they lost, they forfeit the match. Because that match never continued. The match not be continued. The two teams them, all the fans them, not only Star Sports be fed first. But because now they ignite the fight, yeah. Yes, and they're not able to continue that match, they make them suffer the greatest consequences.
So as we did not out of time now, what thing would be like you final word and message to either SNFA and that of Star Sports Academy also?
You know, what thing I will recommend, let there be more training for officials where they handle the games them. Okay. And also we need to get more security presence in all of the matches that we will play. Whether in a FA Cup competition, whether in a Premier League, we need to get more security. Security is one thing we will not for joke with. Some fans them just want for go AYR for take the loan at the hand, whether or not they understand within the interpretation of the laws of the game or not, they don't want for know. What they want for know and what they suit and comfort for the meantime. They want for win at all costs, and that is wrong in football. Me na one part of the person, the people that we outrightly know they compromise in discipline. In discipline in whatever shape or form, know they help the growth of football. If we want to see salon football in a better way, in a better footing, we need for to weigh the act of violence. We need to weigh the act of hooliganism and accept the decisions of the referees. And the only way we can accept the decision of the referees, now when the referees are so they get more training and they're ready for implement the laws of the game to the latter without compromising their integrity. We don't see many at times society referee that they compromise their integrity, where they point certain games them, it happen day in, day out. Not that the referees are so majority of them they're not trained. We get 2 referees the way they did African competition. Then a female, a calf, Amineta, and one other lady. You know, they do extremely well. We get other male referees, the Mahmoud. We got other male referees the way they do extremely well. They go representing a calf, Wafu. Not that they get that they don't get the required training. Majority of them they get the training. Some of them are FIFA badge referees, but again to some extent they tend to forget. You know, in we local balance, many times they say Nef can sharp, but at times you need for making sharp and back.
Yeah.
You know, at times they can forget, at times they want to sell out the integrity, which is not good. They punish thousands of other people for their own selfish interest. That is what I think we need to do. Strengthening the security and also let there be regular training for the referees also. And also maybe you improve on the standard, you increase them payments, you know, so that they will not be tempted in terms of receiving.
So MSK, before I jump to the next panelist in the studio, we get one shocking message this morning. We happened in relation to the coaching. Uragu can't take we in the next leadership man for we national team. That we get approximately up to 76 or 79 applicants. 76 applicants will come for the job. And we don't get rumors say Mohamed Kalombi don't get contract. Even a rumor say he don't get a contract with one Algerian team. We get the findings. We missusted, we say that are just a rumor and you know go through. But like today, we don't see that release day. We don't go out see Calum don't send in application. We like SNFA go give their own word out for see how the process will go before. What do you want to talk about this one?
First of all, I have to establish the fact within a world, a community where in the social media is so deceptive. If you follow no more the social media, the trend at which you go,
big problem.
You can be easily deceived.
Yeah.
Remember, Mohamed, me not me take that news day for saying correct news.
That's the one for in contract.
Yes, the one
Algeria.
for say in Algeria.
Oh, okay.
I not be taken so because
okay.
the Mohamed Kalon I know, that's somebody way he always they up to speed with whatever team we they happy with and when are positive things. He always they up to speed within the same forum. Where if anything they for be happen, some of we for be known. One or two journalists they can do that one day, just for provoke or maybe psych the other administrators the way they around the football federation. Mohamed Kalon, to me not to a surprise. I was almost going to. I think I said it the last time here when I was here with Augustine.
Yeah.
Yes, that Mohamed Kalon can apply again, and that's he just don't do. And if you read in post on Facebook, he say he apply because he's a qualified coach because he gets the requisite
Then he also get the country at heart.
Yes, and you get the country at heart.
Yeah,
apart from getting the country at heart, you cannot be a qualified person and then you see a vacancy of job and then you sit back and don't apply. You cannot do that.
Okay.
If only you trust yourself, if only you want for uplift yourself, you want better, you want for prove people them wrong, say you are qualified. You can go in for the job, and that's what Mohamed Kalon did.
All right.
And so for me, if at all it they cost me huge sum of money for get a foreign coach,
Then we get somebody to substitute
within the three local based coach system.
Yeah.
Though we don't know the other coaches the way you apply. Mohamed Kalon, I only can at the public say you don't send an application. Then
home based coach.
I think we can have a home based coach.
Okay.
I'm not saying Mohamed Kalon specifically.
Okay.
I think we can have a home based coach.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
All right.
I wish them all the best of luck.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Mr. Joseph, before we go to you, we don't get commenting from the Facebook. I think say you pick it in the online today for watch you. And this one they come out from Melbourne Special. You say we broke the 19 years ancestral curse that was placed on Blue Hall. Our hall was determinately displaced or disciplined. Okay, disciplined and dedicated. That is why we won. Congratulations to our team. So like now, what you get for say? Like whose message you get for send to the remaining 3 houses we participate by this year's sports meet? What are the advice we go send to them for make them do?
So I take from my brother a message.
Yeah, just in just 2 minutes, please. We don't get better time.
Yeah, I know. I take from my brother a message say.
Yeah.
Yes, for years, Blue House or Stephanie Holdon consistently become last. But I can always tell anybody from lessons that because somebody can last, not mean say no the triumph tomorrow. It's a lesson to learn everywhere.
Okay.
Because it's all about preparation and I think leadership. Because the title of today's discussion we get for the waiting is the championship of Stephanie Hall.
Yeah.
With now the experience from teamwork and this pressure.
Yeah.
Indeed, not teamwork make we succeed. So everybody, any venture to the three halls,
Yep.
possibly some then be get a fragmented way of organizing themselves.
Okay.
But everybody see from the first set of who them blue this way, there's going to be sport. Imagine I was away, I coordinated online. I had an online call with my athletes.
Okay.
Away, and we get a planning and I delegate tasks on ground. So planning, teamwork, because no man is an island.
Yeah.
Going forward to the other teams, also, not say because I win and this year, there was nobody going to come again. Because, in it not the danger, the person we go to underestimate, using the history and the story for laughing, now they can take a jump on top of you. Just like the tortoise and the dog story. Yeah. So going forward now this, forest sport or athletic sport be good now, Unimark now this. I'm not going to say because I win this year, the kind of the satisfactions we people express in 2024, including myself, may not be much this year. Why? Because right from preparedness stage, then see the readiness of Blue Hall. Now we first put boot up the canopy. Remember, before the sport, we don't put a sleep day, and after the sport, we sleep day back. Not only because of carelessness and everything, the people actually know see the championship has been won, and we will maintain them. So going forward, leadership is influence. Imagine blue as a color, the sky. Who's that the sky there? Now do it there or now up?
I hope it is.
Good. So we are leading from the top.
So you don't think that a myth? So the one you give so.
No, it's not a myth because if you say na don the sky then wake it fly na who say
Now I understand. It don't mean say because the sky dey up that means say una for always they can force.
Well, it's a motivational story as a leader. You get for always.
So it all based on how the person interprets it.
And I also told them about another thing. I say blue economy. They say life below water. The marine resources. They say blue economy. Look at my brother ascribing blue. Look at me in blue. See the beauty of blue.
All right, okay.
And go to with national flag. You know, green, white, and blue. And see the beauty of blue in that very two colors.
But I believe say all the colors within that flag now because of all beautiful make them put in there.
They're all beautiful, but guess what? The green, it's nature. I enjoyed it, biodiversity, but they don't. Huh? White for peace. I enjoy it.
You say green, white, and blue.
White today, but participate, white compete.
No.
so back to you. So Nananda they say.
But equally so they're also important. All important that are particular.
So mistake may not be said they're not important, but they say amidst the important things, there must be one way important more. So now we don't show so this year. And guess what? They know how no visa will go back home.
But you don't give the same example now. Say don't mean say you can force. That means say you will still continue back.
So becoming we give the example, I know that I'm more prepared because I know it.
How's it equally so good prepare for letting can dominate you back? Learn from what you do and get the position back. But anyway, thank you so much for that. Not good to be the next presenter. Yes, no, but you don't see like. I just want to just rub small thing on this coaching issue. The one we don't send the application and so which like from what don't happen now the no them pull application. Let's say for instance we get Mohamed Kano as a coach. That as instance he come as a coach. What do you feel say will happen? Which modalities we will put in place so they will get the same story happen within Saka?
Yeah, this is a lesson learned to the medical on now, you know, and at times you need to discipline. If you're a disciplined person, you first got to be disciplined. Kalon is a good coach, you know, and having FC Kalon as a CEO, both male and female, having U16, you know, and U12, that was say in love football so much. You know, one thing about attitude, because until the new system, which is very, very bad at times. Kalon is a good coach, I say, nobody pull and beyond that. You know, we do training. We're in a poor license court now, Italy, remember? You know, and Duncan and Country, you know, get paper, you see job, you know, apply for a job. You know, and having contract with Leon Star, you know, without UD, you know, pay more than 7 to 8 months, you know, as you say. For me, like a big slap to him, and you play with people. Play for Inter Milan, FC Monaco, alone, you know, whatsoever. Mind you, something coaches apply. Maybe there's international coaches and back the application then at the SLFA secretariat. Robert and Clement always Sierra Leone. Because we watch at the 76 and day, we know the coaches as Nasir will get more than 70 to 50 or 60. You know, we didn't get the pro license coach, you know, certificate for apply. Because international coaches and back will apply. You know, for me, I know say Kalon go sweet into the job, but I say that precedence. The president of the FA, we have Vali Kamara, no have any complaints with anybody else. We do the right job, keep going. When they start medical and they get a letter, it's a meeting contract. Hey, so people let me say, oh, no, it's wrong, this is that. But you know, go here with you, daddy talk to you, daddy will do. I mean, for me, it's not the discipline. And Baba, as I say, the president, that somebody straightforward, that somebody disciplined, you know, get compromised in that office. Definitely so, because we look up, or no kind of individual person. For me, we take that move for 10 minutes Kalon in contract. We see the Kansha media flyers will go out there. Kalon media want to go counter the Bola Brea, you want to go yonder. The president will get for us in a slow motion. We don't catch in your notes, you don't catch. It's done. As I say, they don't apply. On yesterday, that was to say eager. Next time what will happen, you get to take a discipline, as I likely say. You know, we see right applicants we go left for the secretariat, send back an email. You know, for it can media for can get just like an evidence like. Yeah.
So as we get 30 seconds, we get 30 seconds so we round up.
I just as an evidence.
Just round up in our
say you don't apply, you don't go there copy the secretariat, you don't send back an email. You know, which is very clear. If you come out social media, say if you can't talk them, but when they go shortlisting, what deserve for the at the end of the day, you can get them. You know, when they pay you salary, you know, at the end of the tunnel, let's say you don't back the come. That's really base. But to me, this coach is very tight race. That's my only last point here.
All right.
76 foreign.
All right. So thank you so much, viewers. One for Tell Plenty. Thank you to we guest them today. We start with MSK. We are the analyst for the football violence system in the country. We get Mr. Joseph, we people commonly call Obama. We are Stefani, the house own master, as now them be the winners of this year's 2026 Unimark Sports Meet, and also tell plenty thank you to number 8 for the meaningful contribution to this program. One for also tell plenty thank you to the producer Abu H. Kabo, technical operator Nick Sanderson and Marianne M. Egla, camera operator Abu Conte, Edward and Roberts, to we graphic designer Amidou Kalon, the executive producer for this particular program, winner Mr. Shebora Samba Kamara, and me will bring the program to owner, me na Demba.
Yeah. Unimark to the world, down. One line TV, now we voice, now we story, oh. Robert, you too good, Unimark, with the shine, oh. From